did what you said you would. Oh, I wonder why you're so good.
Hey everybody, it's Miss Jerry Lynn. I'm so happy to be back with you today, and I thank you so much for your prayers, and I am feeling better. I'm still at home, not back to work yet, but I feel a lot better, and I thank you for saying a prayer for me. But I do have our story today. It's from the book of Mark. It's called Jesus' Baptism. Many of you have been baptized, and you probably don't remember of it. Some of you may remember it. If you don't, you may ask your parents if they have a picture or a video, or if they could tell you about your own baptism. Let's listen to Jesus' baptism today. It's from the book of Mark, chapter 1, verses 4 through 11. Jesus' cousin, John the Baptizer, was in the wilderness. John was inviting people to be baptized. The people came to John to confess the things they had done wrong and promised to do better. Then John took them into the Jordan River and baptized them. Jesus traveled from his home in Nazareth to the place where John the Baptizer was baptizing people in the river. John baptized Jesus. When Jesus came up out of the water, Jesus saw heaven open, and the Spirit, like a dove, came down on him. There was a voice from heaven that said, "You are my Son. I love you. You make me happy." And Miss Connie showed the picture last week. I like that. This is John the Baptist, or John the Baptizer, and he's baptizing Jesus in the river. We get baptized in our church. Pastor Sally has the baptismal with the holy water in it, and she uses that. Some people do get baptized in a river or different places that have water. When God came down, he said to Jesus, "I am happy with you." And that's how God feels about us. He is very happy with each one of us. And when we get baptized, that's what God wants us to know. We're special. And when we get baptized, God wants us to know he's happy with us, and that he wants us to know that we are special, and that he is with us, and he will stay with us. And when Jesus came to get baptized, Jesus didn't have to get baptized. He wanted to get baptized to show that he was like we are, because he came to the earth. Remember, he was born a little baby, a human, to show that he was like all the people. So he was God that came to earth to show that he was like all the people, and that he would experience all the things that people experience, all the troubles and all the joys, and that he would know the things that you have to live through. So he would be just like all the people. Jesus was God that came to earth, and he got baptized just like we get baptized. So ask your mom and dad about your baptism, and they can tell you what that was like. That's a very, very special day. If you haven't been baptized, then you can talk about that, and Pastor Sally would be happy to baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You guys have a good week. Learn more about Jesus' baptism from your other teachers. I love you. I'm glad to be back with you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, boys and girls. How is everyone?
Yeah.
We missed you. We hope everybody had a good Christmas and a good New Year's. And I don't know about you guys, but we're trying to get back on track here with some regular schedules and back to school and back to some activities. So, including Sunday school. So we are already in January, and we're doing our second lesson. And our lesson for this week is about Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist. And we are going to show you an activity with some watercolor pencils and a piece of watercolor paper. So you should have gotten, that would have been in your packet that you would have gotten. So you should have gotten like a piece of paper like this. And we got a few pencils. We got 3. So these were our colors.
And we got some of these.
And then like Hadrian said, so you're also going to need a bowl of water for this and maybe a towel. Like, I don't know if you guys can see our setup. I'm going to like show it down. But we have we have a towel and a piece of paper, and then we have our bowl of water over here, and we had some paintbrushes also.
Yeah, these are one.
And that'll come in handy. So hopefully you've got like maybe an old paintbrush laying around the house that you can use. Okay, so today's lesson, so in the big lesson you would have heard about, Hadrian, be quiet please. You would have heard about Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist. And so today, because of that lesson, it started me and Hadrian talking about his baptism and what that was like. And in fact, we even dug out his little baptism candle, and I was showing him, and we were talking about like what it was like and who was there and where it happened and all that good stuff. So that's going to be our activity for the day. So you're going to want to get your piece of paper and draw some pictures on there, or get your mommies and daddies to draw, because Hadrian still kind of struggles with drawing freehand at this point. So here's what we came up with. I'm going to hold up our piece of paper. Hadrian, can you try to go through the things that we drew with everybody? All right, well, first of all, hold on. Let's zoom it up so they can see it. Okay, these were our drawings.
Yep.
Okay, so what do we have over here? What do we have over here?
Bowl cross.
Okay, but bowl, it means a bowl of what?
Water.
Water. And then what is this?
A cross.
Cross. And then this is our
Handy dandy church.
it's our church. And then what is this down here, Hadrian?
Our setup.
That was what? Who is that? Who's the little person there in that drawing?
Us.
Okay, well this is symbolizing family. Don't, Hadrian. No.
Mommy, there's a slap of water on the paper.
I know, that's okay. Come around here, honey. Hey, I'm
isn't-
losing my helper.
It isn't okay.
Okay, so, Hadrian, come on. I need you to help me and stay focused, okay? This is why we got to get back to schedules, boys and girls, because everybody is off focus. Okay, so this picture down here symbolizes family. And this is a mommy and a daddy and a baby, or we can say this is baby Hadrian. Be quiet. And then this would be our pastor, and she's holding a bowl of water to do the baptism on the infant, because in the Methodist faith, we believe in infant baptism. And over here we have, you can't really see it very well, but we have some drops. So this could be like raindrops, or this could just be water drops. And we have this this river here with some trees and the riverbank over here. Okay, so neat trick. So we did this, so we made these drawings for you guys. And then what we're gonna do, Hadrian, I need you to come over here and participate, please. Get your paintbrush. All right, so now we're gonna take the paintbrush that we told you guys that you need to have, and you're gonna start coloring on the stuff that you drew, okay? So cool thing about this is we were using watercolor pencils.
Mommy, I can color on the church.
Yep, you can color away. So we may not be able to get this finished because we just kind of wanted to show everybody. And I don't know what colors everybody has, but this is a really cool trick because it just kind of turns, when you start painting with it, it literally just sort of turns right into paint, which is kind of fun. So make sure that you have some nice place set up with a little towel and an area where you might be able to get things a little bit messy. All right, so Hadrian's gonna color in the church, and I'm working down here on the river scene, and then we're gonna hold it up and show you what we've come up with. Hey buddy, move your arm so that I can color the rest of that. Thank you. And everybody's will be a little bit different. And another neat thing that you could do is, if you don't want to use this,
Look at that.
if you don't want to use the supplies, you could also maybe go through like some magazines or some pictures, or just some little, some of the little sale books or something like that. And you could cut out little pictures,
Do you
and then
think
you
we
could
should
glue
make
them
some
down.
grass? Do you think we should make some grass?
No, we don't need to make some grass. Not for this purpose. All right, do we want to color the baby?
We could.
Let's color the baby.
And
Put
let's
some
color the
watercolor
hair.
on the baby.
Yep, let's color the hairs.
Yeah, the hair it's kind of hard to do the hair because it's not a lot of it.
Yep.
All right, I think
Let
that's
me
probably
do
all
my
right. Let's
dad's.
do hey, let's do the cross, and then let's show our friends the picture. Okay.
I accidentally did that.
That's okay. Hey, do the cross so that we can hold it up and show our friends. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's pull our shirt down.
my
Adrian, stop.
my
Hey.
belly's
Okay. Well,
itchy.
listen. You can itch it with your shirt down, please. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to ask you to be out of the video. This is the video that we're sending to our Sunday school friends, okay? All right, well, now Hadrian's decided that he wants to show his belly, so we're going to cut this short. But this is what it looks like.
Hey guys.
And we hope that you have fun with our watercolors, or like I said, if you want to get together, you want to get your mommy and daddy to get you some clippings of some pictures and kind of glue stuff on. But be thinking about things that remind you of your baptism, and talk to your mom and dad about what that was like. Or you can talk about Jesus's baptism and maybe what that was like too. Who was there and what were they wearing, and they dressed a little differently than we do today. So just maybe have a little conversation about baptism, your own or Jesus's or anyone else's. Just to have a little family conversation. And if you feel like it, you can get out your baptism candle, or you probably got a certificate, or anything else that reminds you of that very, very special day. All right. We love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Okay. Thanks.
Everybody, it's Melinda. I'm so glad to be back with you again to do some more music this week. I was kind of inspired this week because there's a new movie out called Soul, and some of you may have seen it. It's on the Disney app, but it is all about a man who loves to play music. He loves to play a certain style of music called jazz music. And I thought, how cool would it be if we learned a little bit about jazz this week? And then we'll sing our song at the end. But I thought maybe we'd learn a little bit too this week. So you know Soul. This is the guy from Soul. And he likes to play jazz music. And jazz was started here in the United States in a state called Louisiana in New Orleans. But it was started way back before then. It was based on some rhythms from Africa. So jazz music is music that was started by African Americans in Louisiana. So it was started right here in the U.S. And you can sing jazz. You can play jazz on different instruments. So I thought first we'd look at some instruments that are in a jazz band. This is a piano, and I bet we love this one. Drums, lots of noise on drums. And this is called a trumpet. And this one I used to play a long time ago. It's called a clarinet. And this one, Mr. Tony at the church plays this one. It's called a trombone. It's a silly word, isn't it? Trombone. And this one, my brother Patrick plays this one. This one's called a saxophone. It's another funny word, saxophone. So I want to play a couple of clips of some songs, and I want to see if you can identify what instruments you hear, okay? Let's play this first one. Now, there were lots and lots of famous jazz singers and instrumentalists, people that played instruments, but we're going to focus on just a couple today. So one of them is Mrs. Billie Holiday. She was a jazz singer. And this one we're not going to hear today, but this is Mr. Ray Charles. He played the piano. Miss Billie Holiday was a singer. Louis Armstrong played the trumpet. And this is the one like Mr. Tony, J.J. Johnson. He played the trombone. we're going to listen to two other artists today. One of them is called Duke Ellington. And I want you to listen, see what instruments you hear. What's that? I think that's the piano. What do you hear now? Do you think you hear some trumpets? I hear some trumpets, that little high noise. Do you hear some of these? This one's hard to hear sometimes. We'll hear it better in a minute. And this one's also hard to hear. That was called Take the A Train by Duke Ellington. Now we're going to play one by Mr. Count Basie. Kind of like the Count from Sesame Street. He has the same name. I want you to listen again. What do you hear now? Do your drums? Can you hear that? What else do we hear? We hear some... Uh-oh, what's that? Do you hear those? Those are piano keys. Can you hear that? Mr. Basie was very famous for playing the piano. Now, I want to show you all a jazz band. And I'm a little proud of this jazz band. This one's got my brother in it. So this one's my brother right there. And they're going to zoom in on him in a second. But let's listen to a jazz band. Look at all those instruments. Can you identify any? This is called a standing bass. And that's the saxophone. And there's drums back there. You see him playing those drums? And there's the saxophone and the drums. And guitar. You hear how it kind of goes like this? So that is called jazz music. What we've been doing with our rhythms is kind of 4, 1, 2, 3. Jazz kind of goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So you feel it more than you count it. I have a hard time with jazz because you have to feel it. You can't count it. All right, we're going to sing our song, Joy. And we're going to get out our sticks. Okay. We're going to get out our sticks and sing our little song, Joy. And I want you to, maybe you can make up your own jazz music this week. That's called improvising. Improvisation. That's a really big word, but it's something they do in jazz music. If they feel like they want to play a certain thing, they just do it. That's the fun part about jazz. All right, let's sing our Sunday school song. Hello. What a day. Can you swing a little bit like you do in jazz?
There's no reason to be afraid. You say, stand up, look around.
It's kind of a jazz beat. Ooh, I lost myself. Wait a minute.
Good news everywhere, and oh, it's such a beautiful sound all around. Oh, some days I can see it, sometimes it sneaks up on me. You give me ears to
Here we go.
read, and you open up my eyes to see that you fill me up.
Joy, 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 you're filling me up. Joy, 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 you're filling me up. The joy, 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 filling me up. The joy, joy, joy. Oops. All right, guys, that's all I have this week. Now, I want you to have a super jazzy week, and I will see you all next week. Bye, guys.
Oh, I wonder how you made it all so good. With a promise, did what you said you would.